So in last class, we have seen about the standardization, spectral governance, and what are all the bands we have framed for millimeter wave channel. And the continuation comes towards this class, channel modeling and propagation. So 3GPP, that is third generation partnership project TR38901, it is a millimeter wave channel model. It covers mainly 0.5 GHz to 100 GHz. It is the reference channel model for 5G NR system and evaluation. So these are based on geometry based stochastic model. It is similar to frequency reuse spectrums. These models are clusters of multipath components with statistical parameters based on the scenario. So we have tested on many scenarios like urban, semi-urban, urban micro, indoor and rural. All these can be included into path losses, since whenever we are transmitting a signal, it is not going to reach the receiver like a line of sight. It will be undergoing many path losses like diffraction, scattering, reflection. All are because of the trees, buildings, obstacles, maybe of humans. These are all the testing parameters we have to taken in macro, micro, indoor and rural properties. So the main key parameters which has to be taken under test are delay spread, angular spread, K factor, cross polarization for all frequency dependent channels. And coming to millimeter wave channel characteristics, we know it is a sparse multipath. So far few scatters than sub 6 GHz. The channel is sparse in angle and delay domains. So line of sight, it carries most energy. Non-line of sight link may suffer severe loss because of very short wavelength. Spatial non-stationary channel also plays a critical role in millimeter wave channel characteristics. So these are all the channel modeling for 6G. So the gap and enhancements are mainly the linear interpolation between sub 6 GHz and millimeter wave bands. Therefore, failing to accurately capture the specific frequency characteristics is the major cause. Since they are short pulses, it is impossible to transmit from transmitter to receiver at a single shot. We have to either keep multiple antenna installation centers or we have to keep repeaters to enhance or boosting the channels. So the new tools we can introduce are ray tracing to trace the signal or electric field strength without any missing or duplication. Digital twins. So the digital twins act like twins. If we are sending the original signal, the same duplicate replica will be available at the transmitter side, which will be sent to the receiver side without any modification. And ML based models can also use to measure these gaps. So these can be used as a roadmap for driving standards in millimeter wave. 24 to 52 GHz, which falls under FR2. So it was released in 17 5G. 52 to 71 GHz in F3. And now we are going towards greater than 100 GHz. So at present we are using 5G, YGHz, 5G advanced, and the next can be probabilities. Probabilities are it may be 6G or next gen wireless communication, in which we can use sub 6 GHz or millimeter wave, whichever there is a spectrum availability, or we have to move into new band like terahertz range 10 power 12, which is of very high frequency. Even a millimeter wave is of short pulses. Then we have to consider the terahertz, which will be very, very short pulses, which cannot go from. So the IMT 2030 version and 2030 requirements has to be met in this device. For this, the requirements are device R&D, transfer devices, modem, and first UE chipset has to be emerged. These are all the references we have to consider. After this, we have to look into deployment challenges, that is real world barriers. Dense small rollout, that is millimeter wave, can cover up to 100 to 300 meters. It even cannot pass from one room to another room or around 200-meter distance. It requires 10 to 100 plus more sites than sub 6 GHz. For example, if we are thinking of an auditorium, each chair, if each chair user is having an antenna or millimeter wave antennas, then each chair has to be fixed with router or antenna transmitter. So instead of single tower, multiple towers of small sizes has to be installed in each chair because of this 100 to 200-meter propagation. So, going on limited global adoption. So, major deployment is in USA, Japan, China, Europe, and South Korea. Because the deployment is generally limited in these regions. So also the body blockage is also a great deployment challenges in this. So when we are going through massive millimeter wave array antennas and multiple antenna towers, we have to look into energy consumption. Each tower has to be supplied around a milliwatt or a nanowatt of power, while the same time all the towers has to be kept on for all the time whenever the receiver is sending or transmitting or receiving. So it will lead to energy corrosion or energy consumption will be very high compared to all other generations like 1G, 2G, 3G and 5G. These are all the some emerging use cases. Immersive XR, that is holographic communication, and extended reality requiring multi gigabits per second users. ISAC can be a new emerging use cases, that is integrated sensing and communication. We are doing a radar sensing and data communication as alternative sources or one after another. But using the 6G or millimeter wave, we can simultaneously use radar sensing plus data transmission in autonomous vehicle, smart cities, and all other remaining IoT gadgets. Sub-terahertz link, it is from 100 GHz for megabits per second. So these data rates are usually of microsecond latency, maybe by nanosecond in 2030 or future 6G. So non-terrestrial network, it is also a broadband coverage, which we have to look into LEO satellite and millimeter wave for global broadband coverage. Another use cases are fixed wireless access, gigabit home broadband without fiber. We don't need any underground optical fiber in this case. And dense urban hotspots like stadium, airports, convention centers, offloading massive concurrent users can be used these millimeter wave and all these millimeter and nano size antennas and towers can be used in dense urban hotspots, mainly where people are socializing or massive group or people are using large number of data rates. Millimeter wave backhaul (IAB), integrated access and backhaul, self-backhauling small cells without fiber is also a major case. So private 5G network, each individual users can own their own 5G network instead of common leased network. So these can be used in smart factories, warehouses, ultra reliable high throughput industry connectivity. Each and the individual users can take tender on a small network, private networks can be used in the future. So these are all the future 5G use case and deployments.